Hello buddy, I was Farman and welcome back to another vlog. I know it's been 2 months since I've done anything with my channel, but we're just doing a bit of an update again. Not really a lot has happened, but I just thought you lot should have a bit of an update still. So, we have got the PZ275T on the back, as it was the last piece of equipment to be serviced for this year. So, I don't think I've ever done a proper video, and the reason I'm in here is because it's actually really windy outside. You can't hear a word I'm saying. So, but the PZ mower came from a bloke in, where was it now? Buxton, and I brought it back on this tractor, about 5-hour round trip with this, and I took my little Massimo to go trade on with this. So this mower is actually, when it's like this, according to the manual book which I've got upstairs, the mower like this is 8.4 foot wide, which I'm assuming is from the two widest points, which I think is the edge of that box that has the PTO shafts in and all that stuff, and the edge sort of over here. And then it says its cutting width is about 9 foot, which it could well be, but I think that's a little, well, now looking at it, because there's another drum just underneath there. We'll get out and have a look. There's a drum underneath there and there's one that side, so it could be 9 foot. Anyway, it's 14.9 foot long from edge to edge, supposedly. But this is what the book's saying, so this could be right or wrong. But I know this will fit through the single gate over it on my drive without really much of a problem. So I reckon 10 foot gateway, you're fine with it. So I am going to try and use it this year because I've paid for it, so I might as well get my money's worth out of it. The little PZ there is ready to go in case I need it. You can see I cut the front cover off, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some more tin and remake it, because it was absolutely fucked, and just put some covers on it. The other thing I haven't done is I haven't made the sled thing for my baler yet, which is the next job. I'm going to make a new sort of back chute and put a new everything on. But currently at the moment the UK is in isolation lockdown for 3 weeks, so I haven't really been able to do a lot. So I've just been doing my kit. Hay bulb's ready to go. Baler's almost ready. I've cleaned the baler out and greased as much as I can before I need to take all the panels off. But to take the panels off, it's going to be a right little fucker, so I'm going to wait till I've got a full weekend to do that. The Ford is done. It's had its service. This one we're in, which is the 6610, has had all its service, and that's ready to go for the summer. I've also got my new phone holder and aux cord. And the John Deere, we'll have a look at the John Deere as well, because that has had a few things done to it. Not big things, but it's had a few things. Right, so we'll, I suppose we can shift, I'll demonstrate the motor. Now it runs on spool valves, on hydraulics, sorry. So there's 3 hydraulic lines, one is lift and the other 2 are fold them over. Now the plan is, I'm going to make a little extension bar. See that ring there? Sort of sits on that ring and just comes forward a little bit, just to pick them hoses up out of the way of the PTO. And I'm going to zip tie them sort of to it and just lift it out of the way so it's a bit safer, because if it rips them fuckers out, we'll have hydraulic oil everywhere and it's not the most fun of things. So, get the key out. I hope everyone's been well. I hope the boredom hasn't quite set in. Just let this have a little do-do-do-do-do-do. Hope boredom hasn't quite set in just yet. It's almost set in here without fail. I am going to try and record some farm sim and things like that at some point, but at the moment I've just been busy. I've been busy sorting kit out. I haven't actually been here for that many weekends, so just one of them things. But yeah, so it works on these 2 valves. This one is unfold and fold, this one is lift and lower. So if I pull, I think its back is up and you'll hear it stop. There are on the rams for the back that are like locking valves to stop them dropping, but when you have this mower you always want to lower it to the floor when you're not using it, which is what I did. Sorry, I had the camera at a really weird angle. So yeah, at the back, see that hose that runs along the top, it runs into a ram, but before then it's in a little valve with a lever. You could lock it. The fold one has one as well, but the little handles fell off, so I may fit a new one of them quickly. But yeah, this tractor powers it quite well. Now all I've done is I've shut the gates in ever so slightly, because it had quite a wide spread on it, being the way it was. So I thought if I could just, so I've shut them, and the reason I've shut them is, so when I'm hay bobbing, the rows, they aren't too wide, so the hay bob isn't trying to do like, well, it isn't trying to take too much through, whereas if they're a bit shorter but a bit higher, it means when I re-row it up with the hay bob I can make them the size I want, so it's not really a big issue. As you can see, we've got plenty of stuff that needs burning and things like that. There isn't a lot else to really show you, so we'll put it into gear, crunch. Now I've got some more customers for some hay this year, which is what we're going to have to go do. Hopefully the country will be out of lockdown before then. Sorry, I'm just turning around to look, make sure I'm not going to hit anything with the mower. So, as you can see, it follows alright, it isn't too bad. There is quite a bit of rot on this sort of side here, the sort of left hand side, this side here. I've got it left, I'm not sure exactly what side it is, but anyway. There's quite a bit of rot there. It's nothing massive, it's not, I'll put it in fucking range. It's not like it's going to end it really, but it's not exactly what I want. But I will have a look. Now you can see it hits the link arm. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to just lower your link arm or not turn that tight up. It does rub the back tyre as well, ever so slightly, which is why I'm assuming there is that guard on there. But it's one of them things you've got to get used to towing, because I've never towed trail mode before. I've actually never mowed with a trail mode before. I've only ever used the PZ and things like that, but it's alright. We'll get out and have a look at it before we turn it on. We'll turn this off as well, because you won't hear a fucking word I'm saying. Now, I did have an issue with this tractor not so long ago. So I'll just walk you through what I've had to do. So as you can see, it still has a few little leaks. I'm not entirely sure what they are, but I know it doesn't really use a lot of oil, so I've just keep cleaning them up until I find time to fix them. The other problem I had was the injector pump up here was leaking diesel. I'm not sure exactly where it was leaking from, but something was not happy. I think it's this little I think it's the O-rings on this that may have passed down. But starter motor problem, I was using it probably about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and the starter motor just kaputted on me. Didn't want to know anything. I think it starts leaking. Anyway, the starter motor kaputted on me and didn't want to know anything, like it was dead. So I charged the battery overnight, took it back out. No, starter motor died. Took it to my missus's house for her dad to have a look, because he says he's had a repair. So he had a look and found the inside of here, which is the back plate. As we took the face off of that, about 2 ton of dust and all sorts of crap fell out, so it was buggered. So I sent it to a place, and within about a day they'd done it. So nothing against it now, it's fine. Right, so as you can see, it attaches on the drawbar there. Now what I was going to do was cut that hole a bit bigger and put it so the hook was on it to pull it in, but then it pulls it too far past the link arms and they may get stuck. But I think the best way to mow with these is to mow with them the arms down, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I've never mowed with these, but to mow with them down, out the way. But of course, it's only when you turn left is you have the problem of it rubbing the wheel, because when you turn right you've got so much space before it'll touch you. So in So this is like a double clutch. I think there is a shear bolt in that. I can't remember exactly. I've never had much to deal with these, so I don't exactly know what this big collar is. I know it should have a guard on. I probably will just make one. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably make a little bracket onto this edge here that comes up and just sort of meets it about there, so it's got a bit of room to steer around and do what it needs to do. So as you can see, the two valves, one is top, two is bottom. That's the way I remember it. And this one here is the lower and lifting. These two are the folding. So as you can see, they come back, but they hit the PTO, and I don't want that. So you've got your wires that run through here. They run through a nice case along here, which then runs to this. This is the unfolding ramp, and these were the little blocks I was talking about. You turn that one way and it'll lock it up. In here is like the right angle for the PTO to take it into the box and everything like that, and some more instructions, and a 32 mil socket. As you can see, it's missing this side case, which is probably where it measures it to. So looking down here, these are the sort of, people call these turtle shells and things like that. That's kind of what they look like. This side has had new blades. They don't look very new, but these are. This one was actually snapped and was non-existent anymore. So I haven't done the middles because they're actually really well looked after. They're not bad at all. The only other thing that needs fixing is this plate. There is a bolt that's sheared off at the bottom, and it should kind of sit. It should kind of sit quite square like that, but it doesn't. But it's an easy fix. Coming round to the back, of course, the big tyres. These are the locking rams, so that way is now locked, that way is open, which is all we need to know. It has got a conditioner in it, which is actually in really good condition, to be fair. I mean, there's a few little bent ones like that one there, which seems to be fairly locked on, like it doesn't want. I think that one's just completely bent in general. But to be honest, it seems to work alright, so I haven't got much of a problem. These are the little doors which control like sort of the width of your spread, which isn't, so they were on this one, which is the end one, but I've moved them in one because I think that'll be a bit better. It may be actually worse, and it might be a load of shit, but till I actually get it out in the field, I don't know. This side has a fold down cover, which I will use just on a bit of string there. Now I'm unsure exactly what these do. They sort of go tighten and loosen, so I'm assuming there's something in there that you can tighten. It might be the actual belt or something like that, but I don't know, I've never looked, so until I need to look. New top here needs quite a lot of attention. What I might do is just in the winter next year just measure it and just remake it out of new. Just take the skirt off here, unbolt it all the way across, and just make a new one, and then put the skirt back on, and then probably try and find a bit to go around that corner as well, because as you can see there's some big holes, but other than that it is fine. And then we're back at the tractor again. So that's really it. That is the PZ275T mower. It was Winson and Stevenson's Limited, construction industry, agricultural machinery distributors who sold it in the first place. These are the sort of blades you can have as well. But I want to, this might sound really daft and it might sound like a complete fucking idiot, but these are the dual blades, so they have a face this side and this side. I'm assuming you'd have to drill another hole to get this side to be the cutting face, but that seems a bit odd, so just wondered if anyone knew. They're probably a different blade I need. Right, well anyway, to finish this video off, I will give you a demonstration of it actually sort of mowing a bit of grass, and that will finish off the PZ mower and things like that. So I won't run it right up to speed because it's fairly it's noisy being on this thing, which is straight pipe, so we'll give you a slight little demonstration. So the blue one, push forward, unfolds it like that, so you can unfold it. It has like selectable, so you can unfold it sort of there if you really want to. We aren't going to go mad with it. I'll put it down on the floor. Well, I always start it slightly in the air and then put it on the floor. So you need ever so slightly. So this mower actually takes quite a lot to start it up, and it sometimes does stall the Ford out. I don't want to give it too much because it's not good for it when you start them up with loads of revs. There we go, she just caught it. So as you can see, they're spinning quite happily. So you can wind it all the way up to 500 and it's not too bad. I mean, that's 500 now, and you can see it's not really shaking or anything like that, so it ain't too bad. And it has a nice feature that if you disconnect the clutch, the PTO stops here, but the actual thing keeps spinning to wind itself down, so it's actually quite good. But yeah, I will definitely get some videos of this. Now what I was going to tell you is the John Deere has had some stickers and some beacons and stuff, but we'll do that in a separate video. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. That was a bit of a look at this mower. I will take my GoPro when I go haying this year, which won't be for another few months, I would think. So yeah, but anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed, subscribe for more today, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Happy farming and goodbye.